Hey, Loco sports fans and whomever else might have stumbled upon us tonight. Welcome to the Loco Sports Lowdown. Justin Jarrett, joined by Wes Kerr and Marcus Walsh from WHHI TV. And it's been a few nights since we've been able to get together, fellas. We've been out doing our thing for the last couple of nights. Wednesday was a big day. Marcus was out at Long Cove for the finale of the Darius Rucker. We're going to talk about that. Wes and I were both in the Cove for a depressing finale to the USCB basketball season. Tough night for both Sand Sharks teams, losing to a couple of red hot teams, and sometimes it do be like that. And we'll talk a good bit about that as well. And then Wes, you've been on the call of some games. I've been coaching.
I haven't been on the call since Tuesday, but I will be tomorrow. As softball gets ready for a big series against Columbus State starting tomorrow. That should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, so we got, we've been out and seen some things, and then we've been tracking the scores and kind of keeping tabs on the storylines starting to develop early in this spring season, although we're a ways from, really getting to when it really starts to matter that much. But yeah, we're starting to see who's got the juice this year. So we'll just kind of freewheel through it on this Friday night.
Baseball up 9-2 over Hammond in the sixth inning. They are raking over a pretty solid Skiza program over there. I believe that is at the Cage. So lots of fun over there on that front. Over HHGA on the Friday night, always great to see that as they are going for a three-peat this spring.
How about it?
Yeah, man. But the show tonight, as always, brought to you by Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV, our all-star sponsors. Mickelson Law Firm, our OG sponsor, founding sponsor. They've been with us since the beginning back in 2017, and they can help you with all your legal needs down in Bluffton, but they are our official real estate closing attorney and the presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. And Wes mentioned HHCA baseball off to a great start and looking good tonight as well. And then WHHI TV, our great partner in local sports. We love working with you guys and sharing custody of you with Jessa and gang over there at WHHI. You guys do a great job, and it's just awesome to have a television station that's really dedicated to this kind of served part of the country or part of the state, and that's of course why we're here too. So we are of like mind, trying to shine a light on all the great things happening here in the Low Country, and we appreciate working with you on that. And speaking of which, you got a big assignment this week. You got the big one. You got to go out to the Darius Rucker. You told us about it Tuesday night, kind of where it stood going into Wednesday. So give us a little recap of the final round out there.
It's one of my favorites every year, and I have those certain events that I love getting to and covering for WHHI. This is certainly one of them. I tell you what, and I watched a good bit of it on Monday and was checking the phone with, scores and whatnot on Tuesday predominantly, but it was a rarity. And the interview, I believe, made the air for the WHHI weekend edition of the news, so it'll air all weekend. I'll verify that, and if there's anything that's outside of that, I'll let you all know via Facebook, likely. But I tell you what, this was a rarity in which there was one team that really had the weekend. Wire to wire, Texas wins, but Florida State as well played outstandingly well. Obviously, a couple of great players in the individual. Certainly, Pharaoh O'Keefe shot a 64, I believe it was, earlier in the week, which was insane. It was on Monday. That's just crazy.
7 under. That
is
it
was a 64 because
look at this
on Wednesday.
For Rihanna. I can't. It's Texas.
It's
on Duke standout right there.
Go
correct.
Ahead, Marcus.
On Wednesday, she shot a 63. And Wednesday was the best day of the week when it comes to certainly the weather.
It was gorgeous. Last couple days, but especially Wednesday, it was beautiful out. I'm sure it was over there at the course.
It was absolutely tremendous, and so she topped Pharaoh O'Keefe on Wednesday again with a 63. And tell you what, that was nuts. I was really impressed, and I trying to think if we saw Duke out on the course. I don't think that we did. As we were coming in, Ohio State was just leaving. So I was talking to their coach a little bit. Actually, I take that back. I think we did see Duke and some just overall, glances of what was going on the course when we got there talking about Logan and myself. And they had a great round on Wednesday. I think they ended up having a round of the day, but Texas, I mean, multiple players with Laura Kim, certainly Pharaoh, Keefe, other players that really did well. Elin Putis Remler from Florida State was outstanding. She was one of the top players. Riley Knobb of LSU was tremendous for the majority of the week. And to be able to see a bunch of teams, Ohio State, Arizona, Ole Miss, they're all fairly new to the tournament. Ole Miss and Arizona in their first year. Ohio State, this is just year 3 for them in this tournament. And great players coming to this pretty challenging course, especially when the weather is a factor. When it's cloudy and chilly and rainy, the course plays completely different. The management of that course is just second to none in all the courses that I've been around this area. Lindsey Finger, Bob Patton, Rob Ryan do a tremendous job. One thing to note that I didn't know about until Bob Patton was making the announcements at the end, and I wish we would have gotten this on the certainly on the broadcast with my interviews, but this was Rob Ryan's last as the tournament director. He will still be on to, facilitate and do what he does within South Carolina and whatnot, and he definitely plans on being at more tournaments for sure in the upcoming years. But he said 10 years as the tournament director, enough. I'm retiring from that post. And so we'll see who the new tournament director is. But I've worked with Bob, Rob, and Lindsay for many years, especially those 3. They're terrific. And to see Duke, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Auburn, a bunch of teams out there and doing their thing. And again, the representation from the ACC, the SEC, the Pac-12, Big 12, and Big 10 all getting in and involved. And I think teams like Alabama and Arkansas actually was in kind of the middle of the pack the majority of the week. And then they kind of got up towards the top third of the list of teams. For those teams to get back to where they once were, I certainly think that's doable. But South Carolina, Alabama, they really struggled on the week overall, finished down near the bottom. I expect them to get back on top here sooner rather than later. But just everything about the competitiveness and the sportsmanship of all of these young ladies, let alone coaches, and certainly folks from the top down, makes this a great event to cover every year. And then Logan Clark and I were able to go upstairs and have a little spread that and enjoy the spread rather that everybody had for players and whatnot alike.
Yeah,
so
it's a great event.
Commiserate with them too.
Yep, tremendous event. Hilton Christian 9. They get the 9-2 win over Hammond. They beat the Skyhawks 9-2. What a tremendous result for Hilton Christian baseball. So I wanted to throw them there, but what a great tournament, Marcus. I think I've been there once or twice over the years, and I was just really impressed by the whole setup, the whole event, the involvement by Darius Rucker. Do they still give out guitars, the trophies? Is that
yes, they for sure do.
Nice.
All right.
That's one of the first shots that I have everybody, especially with a guy like Logan Clark, and this was his first time there. I'm like, we definitely have to go inside the clubhouse and get a shot of all the guitars. I don't think it was used for this year's feature, but definitely a big time shot to get.
Yeah.
We've seen Darius Rucker sign the guitars and whatnot, and he wasn't there this year. He had some other commitments elsewhere, but I should say he wasn't there at least on the last day.
Okay, he may have been there another
but he
day.
signs a bunch of stuff.
He has done
ability.
Free concert in the past for
Sundays.
Yeah, for
which
the
is
golfers.
awesome. I'd love to
and
get to
the
that one of these
coaches,
days.
and it's cool.
It's
Cool,
an amazing event.
And, it's a great, well-run tournament, and I feel like I'm not sure how entirely sure how big it is compared to other tournaments. I feel like this is a big,
It's pretty big.
mid-season. March is starting to get to where you're getting ready to prepare for conference, right? In golf, because it
rivals the
yeah.
championships.
Yeah, so
let me tell you.
Yeah,
that comes right from
it's a big
the top
time
down.
college event.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
it's a big time course, which is a big part of that,
Right.
and it
the
attracts a
prestige of
big
the
time
teams
team.
that come
So,
here. Like you're looking at
yeah,
Power
between the
4
field
conferences.
and the quality of the course,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah,
Right.
it's a top of the line tournament, and one that people look forward to every year. And you got to get invited to it, I believe. Like it's pretty,
Yes,
pretty prestigious.
and the invite is not easy.
Right.
Certainly with South Carolina's ability to get all these
Well, I'm
teams
sure.
to come
I'm
down,
sure
and there's a lot.
South Carolina
is
gets an
involved.
automatic invite.
Well, they're the hosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the hosts,
Yeah.
so of course.
Right.
And just it's a lot of networking, and certainly Bob and Rob and Lindsay and others talking to these coaches, getting a scope. Wake Forest has been in there a bunch and done really well in some years. This year, not so well. But just the ability to have a class tournament, and it's close to the national championships. That's certainly something that Rob and Bob tell me, each and every year. And there's a lot of variables every year with various things like weather and how teams kind of stack up. Florida State finished in second again, and the last time they were really in contention like this, you got to go back to 2019, 2020.
Wow.
Both those years. That was a long time ago, though.
Yes,
and that's something that was alluded to me
That was
as well.
a lifetime ago.
Is
that was a
these
different
teams change obviously year in and year out.
Yeah.
So right. So with all of that being said, this kind of like, I view this like on the college scale, much like the Players is, in the PGA, or some of even the Arnold Palmer, which is going on this weekend. Very close to like a major type tournament.
It's like, this
has that
feel
to
the
it.
Players is it's close to a major, but it's not. It's it's one of those.
Correct.
Right.
It's
the variety of everything is just tremendous, and for everybody to allow us to be out there, and Logan did a great job. It's amazing, and I've never had a bad moment out there on that golf course. It's just,
oh man, I love it.
It's something else.
Yeah.
Beautiful area down there towards the south end of Hilton Head.
Oh yeah, Long Cove. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I actually went there also for I covered the boys high school boys tournament once there before. At that same course.
Beautiful golf course.
Yep.
That one and Wexford both are just you can't.
I'll have to get out to that one.
Yeah, they're both very nice. Long Cove is widely considered like it's considered like one of the favorites on Hilton Head out of a bunch of really, really good
especially
golf
those the
like
start of the back
really know golf. They consider it one of the top ones on the island. If
those first few holes in the back, and I believe when you get those views of the marsh,
I mean, it's arguably the best course on the island. And then I think the Colleton Rivers, especially the Dye, probably are in that conversation when you expand the area a little bigger. Certainly Congaree is high in those rankings.
They're up there.
Keith and I were out there.
Chichesi and Spring are both really, really highly regarded.
Of course, there's some
Okatee or Oldfield is solid. But we have some Belfairs, both Berkeleys. Like we have
there's so many. Yeah, there's got some.
And then all the Palmetto Dunes, both Palmetto Halls. Like there's a lot of good stuff out there.
There's a ton of them.
There's no shortage. That's why so many people come here to play.
A lot of them you have to be a member to play, but that's
true.
Right.
But not all of them. And a lot of them do have reciprocity agreements with other clubs too, which is cool. If you got that kind of money to be a member of one of the clubs, you can play at all the clubs. Not any of us, but back in the heyday of the Island Packet, we used to get a lot of invitations to go play golf courses, especially when they got renovated. So I got real spoiled on playing,
where deals get done,
being an honored guest to come play really good golf courses. And now the prospect of paying the amount of money you have to pay to play the kind of golf courses that I got accustomed to playing,
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't do
Yeah.
it. May River, that's another one at Palmetto Bluff.
Right.
I've played that one so many times, and it's so good. Spoiled. Just spoiled rotten on that game. I had to give it up. Here's another baseball Donnybrook going for you in the Skeezer Realm West. We're in the top of the 7th in Ridgeland. Colleton Prep leading Thomas Hayward 9-8.
Ooh, doggy.
Colleton Prep at the bat. Nobody on, 1 out. So got an
That's-
interesting one
Yeah.
brewing there. Some other scores from around the area that I'm tracking over here.
You also got a bunch from
Colleton-
yesterday.
Yeah, Colleton Prep softball beat Dorchester 4-2. Really good game there. I'm guessing Sydney Stivender had a good game on the mound. Oh
Yes.
no, they pitched somebody different. They mixing it up.
They mixing it up.
They are. Maxaraj, what's up, buddy?
Hello, guys.
What's happening,
But
man?
that's a nice win for
Good
Colleton
Just,
Prep softball.
Just started talking about
uh,
some just in time because we're just talking about some baseball and softball.
Mostly
My
skis so
favorite
far.
subject.
Well, as Wes let us know earlier, HHCA with a 9-2 win tonight over Hammond. So
Hammond.
that's
That's
good.
impressive win.
Tough.
Fellow 4A opponent. That could be a team you see in the playoffs against Hilton Head Christian. So that's a very solid win over Hammond because when those 4A playoffs start, we could see Hammond as a HACA opponent when playoffs begin. So it's a good solid win for them, and they're continuing to be very impressive.
I'm not sure if Skeeza, uses the whole season in terms of their scene. If it's just region, I wouldn't tell you that.
Nobody
But
knows.
who knows? But hey,
They haven't decided yet.
Some big games early in the season, like that. So it's off to
Yeah,
a very good start.
They got Trinity
Off to a very
Collegiate
good
coming
start
up
here.
next. They got Trinity Collegiate up next. Then they go on the road to play at Savannah Christian again. So
Okay.
it's going to be
Little
that's
rematch.
another good challenging game for them. To what has been a good challenging start to the season for them, and they've held their own pretty well.
Yeah.
So you should have, if anyone's an HACA fan or a baseball fan in general, you should have high hopes for this HACA team because they
got a real
looking
shot
real
to
strong.
go for the three-peat this year, just from what I've seen. And,
Yeah, they're looking solid enough to do so.
they'll give themselves a
I'm
chance.
gonna pump the brakes real quick.
No.
because- no, but here's why. I've got a good reason. Because hold on, they ain't played JP2 yet, and JP2
and I know
is off to a great start.
I was about to
So,
get to that.
I can't wait to
Spencer
see.
tossed the shutout, or Spencer and
He
somebody
did.
else
That
combined
play
on
they
a
won 4-0.
no against Camden Military. Then they beat First Baptist 8-1 the other night on Wednesday, and it was Ben Solomons and Landon Davis pitching a 2-hitter in that one. And then tonight they had Wilson Hall on the road, and they blanked them 4-0, and they got a 2-hitter out of Stuart Mishko. So what I'm getting at here is pitching depth is everything when you get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they've had 3 different starters deliver gems already. That's a good sign for them.
And the funniest thing is the Eagles have pitching depth too. Like these two teams, when they face each other, is going to be one for the record books this season. I think. I think
fun.
It's going to be really fun. But I wouldn't. I agree with you, Justin. I think JP2 is definitely a much more solid team than we have seen in past years. I think they have everything put together right now, and they've played some good opponents. Wilson Hall is not a bad baseball team. That is a very solid baseball program. So for them to get the 2-hitter 4-0 win over Wilson Hall, it is very impressive. I think there's out of JP2. Other than that, the one other team I've been noticing through the Skeeza 4A division so far is Augusta Christian, who has won 4A state titles before, and that's a team that they're off to a good start this season as well. So like there are opponents that could face Hilton Head Christian and give Hilton Head Christian some issues, and that includes JP2.
Yes.
So I mean, while I think they can win go for a 3-peat, I think they got a few more obstacles in their way than you would usually see. I think compared to last year, I think obviously Hilton Head Christian had to fight to get to that state championship. They really had to get into their own and play a real tight game of baseball during the playoffs, and we all know that they fought their way. And kind of shocked just about everyone in the 4A division when they went and played, Ben Lippen for a state title and won it. I think they did not expect Hilton Head Christian to be in that position, and once they did, they played their best baseball game. So, I think Hilton Head Christian's got the means to do it, but I think the obstacles in their way is going to make it a very interesting season for Skeeza 4A in our area.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very early in the year. A lot still has to happen in terms
very
of,
early.
Yeah, so I'm not going to make too many calls this early in the season, but what I will say is that I am intrigued by how well JP2 has started the year.
Yes,
they've got nice, they got baseball on campus now. They've got a very nice facility, great place to watch a game. I may have to get down there and see them play one of these times this year. So, it's exciting to see both these teams competitive and really have a chance to go deep in this thing. Of course, HHCA going for the three-peat JP2s. They've got a roster looking to play spoiler. So I'm excited for those games. Not sure when they will be, but I'm sure they'll play in a couple weeks at least, if not earlier than that. So very, very exciting stuff. The Hilton Head Christian Academy, just the margin of victory against the Hammond team that, they've obviously tremendous football program, tremendous athletic program all the way around. No mistake that they won that by the way they did. I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to do coming up now.
Yeah. By the way, first game against JP2 will be April 11th at Hilton Head Christian. So that should be a very fun game. The weird thing is, though, it's scheduled to be on a Saturday afternoon, which...
Yeah, that is a little odd.
That is funny.
Saturday
afternoon.
Is that the Hilton Head Christian or JP2?
Actually, both of their games are scheduled for a Saturday.
Really?
That is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm assuming that's the correct date on HHCA's Game Changer page. Now, I mean,
you would assume so.
I haven't checked Max.
Marcus, you were trying to say something.
What I haven't seen many games for JP2 on Max Prep, certainly. Chances are I'll see Brent Heathcott on Sunday. I'll try to get a little bit of a scoop on a schedule for them because I definitely want to go.
It's on Game Changer. It's definitely right. The first one is on Saturday, the 11th of April at Hilton Head Christian, 4:00, and then
so it's the second game.
The second game is on Thursday, the 23rd of April at JP2 at 5:30.
Well, okay.
According
so
to JP2's
Game Changer page must be different then. So, Oh boy. Wow, breaking news out of the NFL. Max Crosby, the defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders, has been traded to the Baltimore Ravens for a 2026 and 2027 first-round pick.
Oh,
snap.
Oh.
Yeah, big
look out.
That is a pretty big. The Ravens,
that's big
man.
news.
Yeah.
That's a big
move.
Yeah,
that's a big.
Much
big
for the Ravens after the season they just had. I think they need to upgrade a couple of different spots. That's a big time move for
that's a huge
Baltimore
move.
trying to get that the defense and, because you have a quarterback that wants to win, and these last couple or at least this past season it did not go his way. So I'm obviously heading back. Don't want to spend too much time on this. We'll talk, I'm sure, more with our parting thoughts on. But, big time trade.
I don't think we need to talk about it anymore. I think that's
I agree.
I think that's it right there
on this local sports show.
But
we should talk about the elephant in the room, which is the depressing evening in the Cove. It was, look, it is what it is because only one team wins this last game of the season type deal. And it was, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater because it was a heck of a season. Much like Bluffton, I think it's a similar kind of reflection where we go, man, don't be sad.
It reminded me more of the Bluffton girls teams.
Just remember what a good run.
Reminded me more of the Bluffton girls teams of those last few years.
That's true. The early exit. Yeah, it was a weird deal. Georgia College women came in with an excellent game plan, executed it really well. And then the Flagler men did the same and just shot the freaking lights out. They made tough shots.
They couldn't miss one.
No.
Right.
One.
Yeah.
You know,
It was a tough performance.
That's the unfortunate side. I mean, there are two sides to this. Obviously, the
Yeah.
disappointment on how that night went for both teams, but on the other side, you have the heartbreaking side of it. You know, that being the last game for names like Kevon Price,
Yeah,
Lydia
And Lydia Gattosi.
that is the
That's
tragic side of March. That
Yeah.
you have teams that had a great year, and it's one and done, and that's the harsh thing about it because.
And I think the even more heartbreaking thing is that these two teams both had shots of making it to the NCAA tournament as potential at-large bids. It's just
they really did.
And for their first season as fully fledged NCAA members, we had very high hopes of them getting there. But again, this is March.
Look,
anything
the women
It's
still
hard.
exceed expectations.
By far.
It hurts to lose in the opening round, but of the conference tournament, but still you reflect on what you did this year, major steps forward. It definitely hurts for Gattosi to see her go out like that, and just the hug she gave Coach Verse at the end of the game, bittersweet moments. Certainly left a big mark on that.
As one would expect.
Sorry?
Yeah.
She was bawling her eyes out, as one would expect.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, the Shona Gaither, my goodness.
Yes.
She carried that Georgia College team on her back for a good part of that game. It just seemed every time they needed the bucket, Gaither was there putting the layup. I mean, my gosh, there was no stopping her, and that's one of those tough things. If a player gets hot like that and you can't find a way to adjust, season's over. That's the way it flows this time of year. But yeah, I mean, look, you look at both these teams. Look, we only have one senior that's gone for both Lydia and Kayvon. So you're bringing back almost the entire team on both fronts. That's exciting to see what the rest of the score was able to do with certainly an off-season motivation, even with their strong performances.
And you're going to bring in new talent during the off-season as well. So it's exciting because you're not losing a lot of players, but you're also gaining more players as well, and trying to continue to build this program to something special. And it's already special as it is for both these programs.
Yeah, especially what the women did this year.
The way at the beginning of the season that USCB's women's team would be the number 2 seed. I don't think any of us fully expected that to happen.
They
just a positive road to go down.
They had a 12-win improvement. They were 6-20 a year ago. This year they finished 18-10.
Wow.
So
that's impressive.
That's insane.
Well, they won more. Awesome. I remember figuring this up at one point, and they won more games this season than they had in the first 2 years combined by a pretty wide margin.
Yep. They won. They won 9 the first year, then they won 15. Yep. So that's They won 3 more than the last 2 years combined.
Yeah.
And I'll say it again: something special is being put together here.
Programs. Well, I mean, you think about Gatosi's the only one who graduates. Obviously, you could have some who get in the portal, but more than likely, I mean, the way of the portal is typically that, especially in the women's game, if somebody's leaving, it's because they're not happy with their role. So it's usually not a high impact transfer, so it's just somebody looking for a better opportunity, and that usually doesn't really hurt your rotation that much, especially because you find out and then you can go recruit around it. You can get in that portal yourself and pull one out that looks the same as the other one, do the old change of scenery thing, and they're really just one decent recruiting class. Like if they hit on just a couple of people in this next recruiting class, that team could be really dangerous.
Really solid.
You're going to have a senior point guard coming back who really developed into a game-changing player this year, in Tanaya Bowman. You got a lot of senior leadership on that team because it'll be that first senior class that came in as freshmen. Janiyah Hayward, Z Kendrick's just going to get better and better, as is Bree Pelote.
You'll have Courtney Campbell. And
I think
this season as well.
For sure, and I think you definitely want to look for a little more guard depth, especially because Lydia was able to handle out on the perimeter and stuff. So you're probably looking for another solid guard wing type that can score. And then you're just looking for whatever else you can find to bolster the roster, I think.
Honestly.
I think, I mean, especially from what you did this year and with Coach Versip and what she's done,
Yeah.
I hope we'll be able to get at least a couple more years out of her. You just never know when you have a coach that's at that stage of her career, but you know, I've got a feeling that she loves it and she wants to see this through a couple more years. And
I think this season probably changed her outlook pretty significantly, because I think after the first two, she was probably thinking like, I don't know how long I am for this, because it's a lot. But you know, especially when you've already retired once and you're like, man, am I really putting myself through this kind of stress? But I think the winning cures everything, right? And so I think that they had a really great season, and I think now she can realistically see them reaching some of the goals that she probably had when she took over. And I think we'll get a few more years out of her. But I think the other thing is, when does she feel like she has developed, or you know, when has she molded a successor? Because when you're the custodian of the program, the first coach like this, I think you want to make sure you hand it off to the right person, you know. So I think finding a successor is probably a big part of that
foreseeable future. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And you know, if this 2020 project comes to be, can you imagine what these programs can build into with a you know, a big time, you know, Division II arena to go into? You know, I think the future, we all know the future is extremely bright for these two programs, and they showed it this season. The men's team, you know, obviously that game against Flagler, we knew it was going to be a dogfight one way or another. And we just didn't go our way that night.
It was that first half that when Flagler built his run, it was pretty even after that. Just USV just couldn't respond enough to, and Flagler just hit all the big shots late in that game.
Well, they shot even better in the second half, which was insane.
Well, I'm just saying, every time USCB was finding something, Flagler hit a big shot. And
so the big one was, you know, like USCB.
They couldn't cut it within 9 or so. They
got it to 8 at the half, and then in the first 30 seconds of the second half, they got it to 4, just like that. And
yes, that's right.
You were like, oh, here we go. And then it was like a 9-0 or 7-0 run all by Hicks. He just went nuts for a minute.
Yeah, dude went crazy.
Scored 7 points in like 40 seconds. And
I think,
next thing you knew, we're back down 11, and then it just started sliding away. They couldn't miss, man. They were making crazy hard shots. Melvin Teal from Somerville played a great game.
I guess there's more disappointment on the men's, I guess, in terms of expectations after you got the championship game last year in the conference tournament. And I think just everything kind of went right for you. Every game, like especially down the stretch, you were able to hit those big shots when they needed to. And I just felt like, you know, this is still a very good team. Just the timely shot making, the offensive execution, it just wasn't there enough compared to.
It was a bad matchup
last year, and it just goes back to saying this conference is tough. This Peach Belt conference is. We knew coming in the tournament that this first round games, they're not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to have to earn them.
No matter where we ended up being seated, I think no matter who we had in the first round, it was going to be a tough battle. We could have been the 1 seed and got USC Aiken and knew that could have been a tough matchup.
Yeah, but I think Flagler was a particularly tough matchup.
Especially the
size inside was really a problem.
Season, all that plays into it.
The Harris kid, the big boy inside, was
because really once you've seen a team a couple of times and you try to adjust and find a different way to beat you, and I felt like those last 2 games could have gone a different way, and even so, it was like a 13 or 11 point game, however many it was. It's a couple of 3-pointers away on each of these sides. For a team that likes to shoot 3, and a team that likes to move quickly and push the pace like USC does, it's just a couple of possessions end up being the difference in these kinds of games. And
I kind of thought USCB should have looked for the 3 more as the game wore on, because Flagger was doing such a good job of collapsing inside, and then they were calling it pretty loose. They were letting them play down low, and so USCB just couldn't score down there, and they weren't getting to the line.
I was going to say in that fourth
and the
quarter,
free throw shooting was just not where you want it to be.
I was going to say in the later part of that second half, I think they got it within, 10 or something like that. And I'm just
9
thinking,
was the closest they got.
Yeah, well, they missed
9.
a bunch.
I just thought at that moment, I was like, all right, y'all are down 9. Time to start shooting the 3 ball and seeing if it goes in. And they just didn't really push for the 3 ball. They tried to get inside the paint,
Yeah, they just were kind of stubborn about trying to finish at the rim instead of kick out. That's all. They got a little stubborn.
They had a couple opportunities where they could finish in the paint. Quan Anderson, both.
They did miss some short ones.
Yeah, they missed a couple short ones, and I think that could have been all the difference right there.
Missed quite a few short ones, and it is what it is, man. It was a great season.
That's March basketball, as I said.
I would still say, 3 years in, massively exceeding expectations.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
I think we had high expectations. I think some people did, but that's just part of it after what you see and what the vision you have is. But yeah, every year we've just combined and what the two teams have done. Obviously, the men. I mean, it's like I said, it's this conference stuff. It's hard to get to that championship game every year in such a difficult conference like that. But it's going to be an off season where you maintain pretty much. I mean, with the exception of 2 important players, one on each side, you maintain your full team back. Plus, you get to dip in the transfer portal again, which is.
And I'm wondering. Because the one thing I wonder is, I know they run a very fast type of offense, that very fast 5-out motion type of offense. I wonder if having a guy with some size wouldn't hurt you.
Well, it helped. It helped in year 1, if you'll recall.
Absolutely. Marcus Overstreet
was pretty good.
Right.
But it also kind of was different. The way they played kind of changed when he was in the game.
Well, they kind of ran it mainly through Marcus for that season. Right. I mean, it was really a run through your main guy in your first season. Then he leaves, and you had to pretty much revamp the offense to where they can run it through 5 guys who can all shoot solid and be able to win games that way. I think, I just wonder if size is the biggest issue right now for USCB, or are they fine? They can play small ball and be able to overcome, the size differential that they may have against some opponents, including.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to change. They're not going to fundamentally change.
I don't think they're going to.
Like,
but
that's
are you?
I think they could use a big man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be helpful to have
another
solid rebounder or someone who can win some battles. Basket.
It's got to be the right kind of big. It's got to be a guy who can run the floor.
Well, that's exactly.
Dom
you have to have that big who can more of a hybrid guy who can do a couple of different things.
Yeah, a guy like Dom, but 6'9". That's the kind of guy you would want to have.
Which is not,
and those guys are unicorns, and they especially at this level. Those guys are playing D1.
Super utility type guy.
But those guys are playing D1.
Sports.
Like if somebody's 6'9" or taller and they're playing D2, then there's some kind of weakness, some kind of hole in their game, and it's probably their athleticism and ability to keep pace. That's why Marcus went straight to D1 when he showed what he could do. And he's on to his second D1 now. So it'll be interesting, especially with the guys, to see if any hit the portal, because I think guys are just more likely to be kind of ego driven, if that's the right phrase, but to feel like they need that validation and think that they can play somewhere else, and that they may be 100% right. I'm not begrudging anyone for looking for a better fit.
I would wonder who on this team would leave, because I mean they use pretty much most, if not
it's
almost.
It's so hard to know unless you know the inner dynamics.
There's always there are opportunities elsewhere, whether it's going to a different Division II school or getting the opportunity to move up a level. It's
I'm sure within the team, you always know the 1 or 2 guys that don't really talk to people and they're just not feeling it. And, sometimes there's none of those, but sometimes there's 1 or 2 and they maybe don't see eye to eye or whatever, and it's fine, man. It's interpersonal relations, and then get on down the road. I don't want to speculate at all about who might, because then you're almost like casting aspersions.
Who might,
that would
well, and I couldn't either last year, and then Atwell did. Like I think Dom will get some suitors who want him to come, if like a lot of people would like to have him, but he seems to be happy. He seems to be having a great time.
I would think
he had a rough night the other night. Couldn't get his offense going the other night.
Yeah,
Also,
that was just the downside of it.
Not going nowhere. I guarantee that.
I'll say this, guys, and I sound like a broken record, but it's definitely something that everybody needs to understand, especially with the dynamics of college sports. With the way that Ron and Sharon are working these teams and making their stamps on these programs, the sky is the limit for both these teams, especially the women, for what they were able to do this year. Again, I only got to one game this year for both, and that happened to be on Valentine's Day. And I'm very impressed with what is going on, and I expect both coaches to be back next year. And I mean, the sky is most definitely the limit now that they have both teams that are available to possibly battle for a national championship, and they definitely have that ability. USCB is on the rise. I mean, the men have been there.
They're on the right track
since year one. The women are definitely getting there with this year that just finished up.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of teams that play at a fast pace, sorry, Max, but I think
no, go ahead.
Speaking of teams that play at a fast pace, I don't know if you guys saw the other night, but USC Salk men, our buddy Matt Lynch, the coach over there, they play fast. They had a what would normally be called a tough night defensively. They gave up 106 points, but they won by 50.
Like all-star game worthy.
156 to 106.
Wow.
156 to 106 over Denmark Tech.
So many points in that game. I wonder how many ankles were broken with moves on the floor.
It breaks the school record set last year or earlier this year of 154. So they've hit 154 and 156.
It's a track meet over there. Oh my gosh.
It sure is. And I texted Lynch when I got wind of it, and I said 156, and there's Lynch, and he said shoot, or what do you say? Pass, shoot, score. That's all he said. Pass, shoot, score! Exclamation mark.
Hey, that'll get you. That'll bring fans to the gym when you have that
no doubt
statement.
It's high.
156.
You never know what you'll see. He said when it's that many possessions, you're bound to give up some points.
That's the risk of
it. How they did when postseason comes around.
I mean, they're going to be a whole problem, but it only takes one bad game and you're done.
That's
but
very true.
Promise you this: nobody is going to want to play them. That's the thing. It's like, oh man, no way. We got to play these guys. I mean, it's just not fun at all to try to game plan for that. And then have to go.
You have to have that energy
once in the season.
For a full game when you're just push up the pace, and it's the workout to play against a team that just likes to push it up every possession.
Yeah, for real.
They're crazy.
But at the same time, I mean, it leaves you vulnerable
if you play an unfavorable matchup.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. So they're averaging 100. Oh, that was last year. What is this year?
I was about to say, what are they averaging?
They were averaging 111 last year.
It's going up.
That's about right. It's got to go up.
Here we go. 112.2 this year.
Lordy.
They shoot 48.4%, 34% from three, 72% from the line. Oof. They average 51 rebounds per game and 23 assists.
God.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's bananas.
That's insane.
Yeah, they lead the nation in points per game, field goals made per game at 40.8, field goal attempts per game at 84.2.
Oh my goodness.
84 field goal attempts per game is insane.
That is,
and they still shoot 48%.
That is stupid.
They make 10 threes per game, attempt 29 per game.
Holy crap.
They get 20 offensive rebounds per game. Lead the nation in that. They lead the nation in all these things that I've said. It's crazy fun. Steals per game, they lead the nation at 15.6. That's a lot of
15
steals.
steals a game.
That's the purple lot points. You can get live ball turnovers like that. I mean, it's
wow,
that's insane.
Yep. That's a remarkable season stat line.
So there you go.
They're 23 and 7.
Basketball season not over yet in the Low Country. Got the
the
USC Salk.
I might, if they're at home anytime soon, I might have to go watch a Salk game if they host something or whatever.
Are they are they still in the conference tournament, or what's? Are they just had their senior?
I'm trying to find like where they're. Actually, there it is. Schedule. Oh, that's recent events.
Playing,
I can't find it.
The JUCO scheduled looks like.
Here's the schedule. All right. So that was their last regular season game, and now March 12th through 14th they go into the Region 10 tournament.
Okay, so Region tournament. That's up.
NJCAA Region 10 tournament. Let's see where
so
that
there's
is.
no conference tournament in junior college, or is
their region kind of is their conference.
Okay,
like,
but
that's
it feeds straight into the national tournament, or no?
Yeah,
not sure how JUCO completely works.
So despite being 23 and 7, they're only 8 and 6 in conference, which is third behind Gaston and Brunswick. So let's see here. We got the tournament. The seedings have not been determined yet, but they're going to be the 3 seed, it looks like, and play the 6. It will be at Richard Bland in Virginia. And but they usually have them streamed. I remember watching them last year. First round will be on Thursday, March 12th. Looks like they'll play at 6. Semifinals on Friday. They would play at 4:30 if they advance, and then championship game 1 p.m. Saturday. And the winner wins or receives a bid to the national tournament in Hutchinson.
Okay, there you go.
And where?
Which is your neck of the woods, right?
Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yep. Right.
You got to make a trip over to McPherson to see the Cosmosphere when you're Kansas Cosmosphere when you're in Hutchinson. Just a little hop over to the next town. You got to pop over there and see a Cosmosphere. It's pretty cool, or was when I was a kid. So yeah, Salk still going. So we'll try to keep tabs on those guys, and I think their women are having a good season too. I was talking with their admissions rep the other day at our career day in Hardyville. And she said that the women have really turned it around and having a great season too. So they're hype about that over in Walterboro. Speaking of Walterboro, we did get a final in that one game we mentioned earlier. Colleton County or Colleton Prep was able to pull away from Thomas Hayward. Remember, it was a Donnybrook when I pulled it up earlier.
9-8, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so. Trying to find the final on it now. 15-8, the final. So the war erupted for 6 in the 7th to put it away. After Thomas Hayward had scored 7 in the 6th to make it a ball game.
Wow,
crazy. I do have a. I don't know if y'all shared this softball score, but I just found it come across my Game Changer feed. The Beaufort softball team lost to Lucy Beckham tonight.
Yeah, they've cycled out their good pitchers, and so they're kind of in rebuilding mode right now. Which, man, it ain't no fun not having a legit pitcher. I promise you that. I'm feeling the pains. Although our pitcher last night, I'll tell you what, she threw strikes. We told her that's all she's got to do. Unfortunately, we didn't do what we needed to behind her. 60% strikes though. I'm super
That's
happy.
good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, just started doing it last year, so and didn't do it in the off season. Like hasn't done it in months, but doing a great job. But other things we didn't do so well. We hit the ball well, but Hilton Head smoked us, and Hilton Head gets smoked some nights, so it is what it is. We're coming around. We had a great
All
practice
levels
today.
out.
Great practice today. I think
Awesome.
next one's Bamberg, and gosh dang it, they're good. It's gonna be a struggle. Maddie Hutto, I saw she struck out 17 tonight against Bridges Prep. Or last night. Bamberg beat Bridges Prep 6-5. Bridges gave them hell, but she had 17 Ks. She's lefty, throws about 65. Nasty.
Dang.
Yeah, it ain't no fun in 1A to play her. Saw college baseball today. Flagler took down USCB 9-1 in the opener of a conference series. Ladies, home tomorrow for the softball. You on the call?
Yes.
Wesley? Good stuff. Should be
That's
good.
That's a big series too.
Columbus
State. Yeah, Columbus. I think both teams should be contenders in this conference. Columbus State 10-5 to begin the year. USCB 14-6. So I'm expecting a couple really good games. Excited to see how Madison Murphy does against a very strong Columbus State lineup. 1 o'clock first pitch, doubleheader tomorrow, single game on Sunday.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Should be a good series over there.
Yeah,
Centric,
I'll definitely
off to a good start.
I'll be heading out there to watch them play because it's obviously a very big series between them and Columbus State. So first
get you on the call if you're heading over there. I might be able to do it.
The duo.
Yeah,
I'm okay. I'm down for that. I'd be all for it.
Yeah,
it'd be fun. You and me on the call once again for USC.
Yeah,
softball.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, we'll just have to see if you're
not to speak
there.
out of turn, but he can see about it. That's what he means.
Yes, he can.
Yes.
Yeah.
But generally, if there's an open headset and there's somebody they know, they'll let them get on there. But other softball tonight, JP2 6-1 over Hammond. They're looking pretty solid so far. James Island 16-5 over Colleton County. Last night, obviously we got worked. Beaufort shut out North Charleston. And the night before that, Pinewood Prep beat Bridges Prep. Cross beat HHCA. Cross has got a pretty good little softball team. Colleton Prep beat Calhoun 4-2, and JP2 beat Thomas Hayward 14-3. Talking a little baseball. Hilton Head High with an odd loss to Bullock Academy on Wednesday. I didn't really see that one coming, but they bounced back tonight, beat Savannah Country Day 13-3.
Oh, nice.
Some other baseball tonight. May River 5-2 over Chesney. They lost last night to Spartanburg 5-4. JP2, we told you, beat Wilson Hall 4-0 tonight. Great outing from Stuart Mishko. Hampton County 4-3 over Colleton County. Good ball game there. Hilton Head High 13-3 over Savannah Country Day. I just said that. Bridges Prep beat Academic Magnet 9-7. We told you about HHCA and Hammond. And then, what did I say? 15-8 Colleton Prep.
15-8.
That's tonight's scores. Don't have the soccer scores yet, although I'll look one of them up real quick. Nothing. We had some lopsided ones last night, some bagels. HHCA over Patrick Henry on the girls' side, JP2 over Ashley Hall, Colleton County over Silver Bluff, all blowouts. May River tied Savannah Country Day, 3-all. Yesterday Bridges Prep beat Thomas Hayward in baseball 12-2, and Hilton Head Prep shut out Palmetto Christian 11-0. Colleton Prep with a 4-2 win over Dorchester. So 2 days, 2 wins for them boys. Anything else jumping out at you boys this week?
I just have a question. When you say bagels, does that mean shutouts? I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, big old
first
bagels.
time forever.
Double bagels in tennis are definitely a thing.
In tennis, the bagels when you beat someone 6-love in a set.
6-0, 6-0.
I'm just so used to hearing 6-love.
The double bagels.
Yeah.
Double bagel.
So yeah, I just co-opted it from tennis, I guess, and made it bagels for shutouts. Clean sheets. Sheets clean.
Clean sheet. Donut. You'll see.
Clean
sometimes. Yeah. So.
I think it's clean sheets, not clean sheet like attorneys general.
It's a clean
But,
sheet. Yeah.
Clean sheet.
Yeah.
He's kept the clean sheet. He's kept the sheet clean. All right, so let's bring it in for a landing. This seems like the thing to do.
Sure.
Shout out to some of our sponsors. Hudson's Seafood House on the Docks is a great place for seafood sunsets and cocktails on Hilton Head Island, and also a sponsor of Under the Bus. The boys have been active on the live chat, the group chat today, because college basketball news, Tar Heel news. I guess
yes, big blow for the Tar Heels.
Oh, you took one of mine
blow
away,
for
that's
them.
for sure.
Curry's in mourning today.
For
About
a Duke
this.
fan like yours truly, good timing because they play tomorrow at 6:30.
Yes, they do.
Ooh, they do. Yes,
It'll be awesome.
The game it's at Cameron, I believe.
That's right.
Yep.
I got to do this for Curry just because you mentioned Duke.
Yeah.
Just got to be done. Just has
There
to.
you go.
Rat Jr.
Oh, good.
Oh boy, John Rat Jr.
I grew up hating Duke just because.
I think a lot of people
I didn't
did.
like
Either-
him, so I
either
had
you
to
liked
hate
him
him.
or you
It
hated
was
him.
one or the other.
Oh, of course.
The
Yeah.
only time I
love him
wavered-
or hate him.
Only time I wavered a little bit was Grant Hill. I love that man. I love
What a
Grant
baller.
Hill.
Oh,
I loved him.
good Lord.
I wavered a little bit, and yeah, but that was it. That was the only time. I always hated them.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, Under the Bus. Check it out on the Lowco Media YouTube channel. Also, Twinge and Twombly, the rare name, but the remarkable service. If you need a personal injury attorney over in the Beaufort area, call on Twinge and Twombly, our friends who came to us via Jeff Riley. Jeff is headed to Reno in just a couple of days.
I'm planning on seeing him tomorrow. More on that in just a couple of moments.
Yeah, all right, outstanding, good stuff. And then also our friend Richard Barron, the old coach at Hilton Head Prep, hung up.
Saw him yesterday. More on that in a couple of moments.
He's focused on a new kind of screens over at Hilton Head Island Windows and Doors, HHI Windows and Doors, improving your view of the Low Country. Also got our wrestling sponsor, official wrestling sponsor, Reverence Wrestling Club, sponsor of the Lowco Grind, and of course Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. And that leads us to our parting thoughts, and Marcus has already teased us with a couple, so let us know what's going on, buddy.
Well, it has been a couple of moments. I'm going to see Jeff Riley, planning on seeing Jeff Riley tomorrow at Station 300, planning on seeing how well he can bowl, because I've heard really good things. I expect him to beat me. I got to be honest.
Oh, you're playing him. Okay.
I think we're gonna bowl a little bit, and
you got money on it? Or?
No. The plan is.
I'm just wondering how much of a hustler Jeff really is.
I would beat Jeff Riley in bowling if it was on the Wii. I think that's the only chance I would beat Jeff Riley, because
I got you.
I have
pretty dang good from what I hear.
Yeah, he's insane. He's
And talking about Reno guys, I plan on interviewing he and Nick Montford when they get back, and plan on putting a package together, having them kind of shoot things there in Reno, and then I'll talk to them when they get back and put it on the WHHI TV Daily News. Speaking of WHHI TV, we had our second ribbon cutting yesterday with the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, Bill Miles, Charlie Clark, a few others certainly from the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber joined us. John Byrne came in for that and cut the ribbon, and it was great to see a few folks that I haven't seen in quite some time, for sure. And Richard Barron was there, so got to see Coach and talk to him a little bit. And Jessa was talking, of course, about your view to the Low Country, and Coach and I were talking hoops and whatnot. And Jess was like, "Do you two know each other?" And we're both like, "Yeah, I called his games for 3 years when he was at Prep, and this, that, and the other." Great to see Coach. He's just a class act of a guy. He was updating me on Billy, and things are going really well for him. He said Billy just can't wait to get out on the water now that he's on spring break and whatnot. In due time. Today was a beautiful day for it. Maybe he got out there.
A beautiful whole weekend.
And
into the weekend. Yeah.
Into the week, yeah, for sure. So big things happening there. Really looking forward to hanging out with Jeff some tomorrow. And like I said, we plan on doing that later on this week. I'm going to be at May River for the track and field competitions, again with Logan Clark likely. Joe Keith is a backup if needed. So going to be doing that. That'll be Thursday. And so just getting some other business taken care of and whatnot so I can enjoy next weekend and celebrate being a year older with the fam.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah, man.
Next
Happy
Friday.
birthday on the way. It's not all it's cracked up to be at my age. I can't speak to how you feel about it at your age, but these birthdays.
I'm about a decade younger than you, JJ.
Yeah.
I love them. I still
I think
love them.
the
It's
way it
a
happens
special
is
day.
so obviously birthdays are great when you're younger. Once
Mhm.
you get to your mid-20s, it starts, it's still fun, but
Kind of
you
wanes.
know, it starts to tamper off. But then once you get past like 70 or 80, then it's a big
Oh
thing
yeah,
again.
then you cherish them. Yeah, you
Yep.
cherish them at that stage.
So it's like it's a curve relationship. I saw it somewhere.
I am within 7 years of Sun City eligibility at
Yep.
this stage.
Whoa.
That's right. Yeah.
Sun City Softball League is calling my name
Hey,
very soon.
they're legit out there. Real legit.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm going to try to play in that A League too with the good guys.
Yeah.
My pitching's getting a lot better if they need a fast pitch pitcher.
There you go.
There you
I'm
go.
getting where I can throw live
they get into it
BP.
over there. There's
get into
Oh my
big
God.
time softball that happens over
Dude,
there.
we used to go at USCB when we worked there and go to Dollar Hot Dog Day
Oh,
and
nice.
razz those guys while they played.
Dollar
It was
Dog Day.
Big old hot
Deal.
dog for, I think they're probably $2 with inflation now, even on the special day. But back in the day, they were $1, and you could eat like a king for $2.
Nice.
Two quarter-pound hot dogs, you're all set.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then razzing the Bobs and the Larrys during the softball game. What a great time. At any given time, there might be 3-4 Bobs, 3-4 Larrys on the field. It was hilarious.
Any Georges?
Yeah, probably some, but mostly Bobs and Larrys from my memory. Max, what do you got for a parting thought, buddy?
Well, I was going to mention Caleb Wilson, but we all know that by now. So the World Baseball Classic is officially underway now since we've been off air. Currently, the United States up, I believe, 7-1 over Brazil. Other scores today, obviously, Mexico took on Great Britain, got the win there. By the way, can I just say, because the last time we were talking about the World Baseball Classic, we all knew how terrible those Great Britain jerseys were.
Oof.
Into
a jersey watch or jersey
word jerseys. They're actually, I have to say, they have improved them this year. They look a little more cleaner. Still got the Great Britain all in that Microsoft wording look on it, but the jerseys themselves are a little bit better. So yeah, Great Britain got their first loss today with, by the way, Jazz Chisholm on that Great Britain team. So definitely one to look out for as the rest of the week goes on.
Aaron Judge homered right away.
That
Brazil game.
2-run homer.
Sure what the score is right now, but
Venezuela gets the win over the Netherlands. By the way, Ronald Acuna Jr. going up against his teammate Ozzy Albies, who was playing for the Netherlands. So a bit of a, because those two are like brothers to each other. If you've ever watched their preseason stuff, it makes you laugh.
Albies from Curacao?
U.S. is up 7-1 over Brazil.
I believe that's correct.
From Curacao?
Yeah.
Typically, when you have a Latin player playing for Netherlands, it's usually Curacao.
Yes, it is.
Or Dutch Antilles occasionally.
Dominican Republic gets a 10-3 win over Nicaragua.
Just finished it up.
Puerto Rico got a big 5-0 win over Colombia, so that's impressive. Japan won pretty easily over Chinese Taipei, 13-0.
Dominicans still playing, by the way. It's the bottom.
Yes, they are up 10-3 over Nicaragua.
Yeah.
And
it was 3-3, and then they started hitting tanks.
Yeah, it's always
Cuba
fun
just
to see
edges Panama 3-1, which is a little shocking, being that we are talking about a Cuban baseball program that's usually been pretty strong. So
but it's been a lot leakier than it used to be.
Yeah. And then tonight, starting at 10 o'clock, because it is on the other side of the world, the Czech Republic takes on Chinese Taipei. which is that's what I love about this World Baseball Classic is they have it pretty much going on at the same time around the world.
Yeah, they have it.
It's so much fun.
Yohan Moncada with the 2-run homer.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, and might bring a discussion into this because I'm sure we've been seeing it on ESPN. Of course, Miami of Ohio starts their road towards getting into an NCAA tournament. They're currently up on Ohio right now, 54-48 at halftime. But the thing I think everybody has seen on ESPN and across sports scenes is if they do lose, their chances of getting into the NCAA tournament with even just one loss, slim to none. Which is
that's insane.
It's crazy.
There's no way you can leave them out at this stage.
No.
How do you leave a one-loss team out of the NCAA tournament?
Know.
Who's saying they're out? Because
it's ultimately down
as recently as yesterday, people were saying they're probably in, and their rationality. No team has ever won 30 or more games and lost 2 or fewer and not gotten in the tournament.
Would they be the first?
You could put them as a 13 or 14 seed if you feel you need to.
I think they will
get
in.
Good Lord. For them to be out completely with one loss, that's nuts.
Yeah.
It is.
That would still be crazy.
They did play like the 6th or 7th worst schedule in the country.
There
is something to that. But still, if you win them all,
it's really impossible going.
If they win them all, they're in, obviously. But
I don't care what schedule you play. That would be cruel to see.
Even if you only lose
one. And the other cool thing is you're not even guaranteeing an NIT spot anymore with the new rules.
Right.
I mean that doesn't matter anyway. But like, I don't know.
Look,
it's difficult for mid majors to. That's just the nature of it. It's you don't have, if you're a mid-major team, you just don't have the room for error compared to if you're playing.
But I just can't imagine, even if they have one loss. I know they're a MAC team. They play in not the strongest mid-major conference, but I can't imagine them having one loss and the NCAA just saying, "No, we're good. We'll keep you out." Like I just can't see it. I would be shocked.
I mean, look, I'm not sure what the bubble's going to look like. If there's going to be bid stealers, there's a lot of things that go into that on Selection Sunday. If you have some teams and conferences that steal bids, it's all up in the air.
It's fascinating to think that they still have something to prove, even though they're undefeated currently. Like
we'll know a lot more next Sunday night,
right?
Yes, we will.
9 days away from Selection Sunday. This is when it really gets exciting because conference tournaments are starting up. Normally this weekend when you get to see the first tickets getting punched, the first conference champions, and then
right. Championship week.
Justin, you got a proposal?
I have a proposal. I do. I think we all know that they are pretty soon going to expand the field of the NCAA tournament, even though they shouldn't.
They're
going to expand it.
Yeah, there have been coaches that have shot that down. I think somebody shot it down. I forget. So
I'm just saying.
It may have been Joseph who doesn't coach anymore, but somebody shot it down. I forget who were saying like that's a terrible idea, and I think most people agree.
Well, I agree, except I have a caveat that I think might save it. I think if you expand the field, here's what you also have to do. You have to say that the regular season champion and the tournament champion from every conference get into the tournament.
I like that a lot.
I'm good with that.
Let's fill up those extra spots with deserving mid-majors.
But for all 32 conferences or so, however many conferences there are, for
that many?
Just the top conferences.
if
Because you're getting,
I want more mid-majors in it. I don't want regular season champions to lose their bid because they didn't also turn.
If you're giving the Colonial League 2 bids because somebody stole
only if the regular season champ gets beat in the tournament.
Right, but that happens a lot, especially in lower tier conferences. You see a ton of upsets happen.
But I don't hate it though. Like I don't hate that idea at all.
I mean, I don't hate it either. I mean, it's there's no foolproof.
So here's my question: if that's the case, and let's say the regular season champ makes it through the tournament, so would you not allow whoever finishes second in the tournament?
No, I don't think you can go that far.
No, I think so. So then they would only
Because I
get
think
an
you
extra
have to have
at-large, I guess,
either
or
won
is
the
that how it
regular
would work?
season tournament or
You-
won the
so
conference
so
tournament.
if the same team wins
Yeah,
the
I
regular
don't
season
hate
and the
that.
conference tournament, it opens up an extra at-large spot. I'm guessing that would be the
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
potentially, yeah.
They wouldn't steal one then.
Right.
Let's let
Now,
the smaller
I don't
conferences
hate-
steal the bids instead of the big
Yeah.
conference.
yeah.
I don't
That's what I'm
hate it.
saying.
Well,
I don't hate
yeah.
it.
I mean, like I said, it would all depend on how many regular season champions actually win their conference tournaments, and that's
Yeah, it would.
well,
It would,
But hey,
but,
I like it's
who
it's
cares
it's
if we leave out the eighth
yeah, I
seed?
like the proposal. I mean, it's better than just saying, okay, we're just gonna expand the
What I
tournament to
what I
however many
want is
teams.
to expand the-
NCAA just
Yeah, let's expand the tournament to get the 9th, 10th, and 11th teams in the SEC in. Is stupid.
Right. Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
what are
then
we
it's
doing?
like
Nuts.
give the mid majors a fighting chance at this.
That's
point.
all I'm saying.
because we've
Yeah.
had
And
enough,
put 'em in-
we have had enough mid-majors.
They go
make
into a
it to the
play-in
NCAA.
game anyway, essentially.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
like we're filling up the
Yeah,
play-in
yeah,
game
it would
round
be
is
like
what
a first
we're filling
four,
up.
like you would have a opening
Yeah.
round playing game, but more playing games. I
Yeah.
guess.
I would.
I mean, I've always
would
thought it'd be
say-
cool to go to the 16, 15, 14, and 13 being playing games.
Yeah,
That's
I
the easy
wouldn't
way
mind that
to
at all. I wouldn't
expand
mind that at all.
the tournament.
It's very interesting how they do it now. They have they have the 16 teams, then they have like the
11.
or 12, whatever.
Yeah,
Two
which is
11s
so
and
odd
two
to
I
me.
don't
16s.
really understand
matchups.
why. I mean, I guess because you have to have like the teams that just missed, like in terms of, or the
Yeah,
teams that
so that's
barely
what
got
it
in
is
in terms of the
designed to
at-large
be.
teams. So,
Is like the last 4 teams in all play
Yeah.
each other,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
But what
Yep.
I would actually rather they did it with all the at large teams instead of champions in some ways. Like I think it's
Sure.
kind of cheating the small schools when they make it and then they have to play another 16 seed. They don't get to go up against the Duke or the
well,
Purdue or the Virginia or whoever. I think that's
well,
kind of lame.
there are one seeds there are 16 seeds that have beaten one seed.
No,
so-
no. But I mean, when
Just
the
one
two
time.
16
Just
seeds have
one.
to play
Yeah.
each other. No, twice.
Right. Yeah, I mean
That's right.
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Right?
Weiss?
Virginia,
No, I believe.
Virginia and Purdue.
Virginia and Purdue were the 2 1 seeds. that
Oh,
lost
Purdue
last
went
season.
down. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I've got Virginia going down for sure.
Fairleigh
in my mind.
Dickinson
But no,
and,
I just
Forgot
think
about
it's
them.
bunk that
That's right.
two
NBC
16
Twice.
seeds have to play each other, and one
I
of them
agree.
gets denied the privilege of getting to play the big dog, the blue blood.
Yeah, I don't disagree with
I
that.
hate that.
And I like the idea of having more mid majors in this tournament because we have seen enough mid majors make
They're
it
the
to
best
the Elite Eight
stories.
or the Final Four. Yeah.
Well, that's everyone
You know,
loves the
we've seen
Cinderella,
enough
so-
of them to where they can you have enough mid-major programs that can
I mean,
and have
everyone
been able
loves
to
a George
compete.
Mason or a VCU or a
Oh
Loyola.
yeah, or a
Florida
Cotton
State.
State, or a.
Yep.
Could
I
you
love
imagine?
it.
You know the one team I wish could have had their shot at the
Valparaiso.
NCAA tournament.
Or Florida Atlantic, the team that got there a couple years ago.
Yeah,
FAU,
Florida
yeah.
Atlantic.
Yep.
Even San
Florida
Diego
Gulf
State,
Coast.
they're not that level, but they're a lot closer to that level
Florida
than a lot
Gulf
of
Coast,
teams.
Dunk City.
And you
Oh,
know, when we talk about mid-major programs that
Kevin
have gone
Harlan
deep,
was
there's
going
one
nuts.
that didn't get the chance to go deep, and I still wish they kind of had their chance, and that was the 2020 Dayton Flyers team.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
Good
Yep.
grief.
Yep.
Yeah,
That team
That
was
was
so
they might
good.
have won
Very-
it all, man.
Very unfortunate to
Dang.
see them.
They were
Yeah.
so good.
Oh,
I
Them
hated
and the-
so much.
yeah, Obi Toppin, and yeah, I believe did they
Jalen
go perfect
Crutcher,
conference?
God,
Did they go perfect
what a
in the Elite
squad.
10 that year? I think they did.
They did.
They
They,
were the
they were
number-
so
they were
good
the
they got
number
Dick
two- they were
Vitale to
top
go to
three.
their building.
Yeah,
They
they had
got-
college game day there, I believe.
Yeah,
that
they were
year.
going to
Bob
be
would
a one
choose a
seed in
Dick
the
Vitale
tournament.
called a game.
Yeah,
Them
yeah,
and
but
the
yeah, game day
19
was. I'm pretty sure
people
college game day was
Montreal
there at
Expos.
Dayton that year. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Them and the 94 Expos can get together and cry about it sometime.
Yeah.
That's right.
But they were denied.
Yes.
Poor Expos.
Oh man.
man, Expos were gonna do it in
Or
94.
the
but
I'm
labor
sure there were other
stoppage.
college spring teams that didn't get a chance to play that season, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
lots.
Yep.
Lots. All right,
Yeah.
Wes.
Yeah,
what
so
do you
my
got,
turn.
bud?
I'll try to give you quick because kind of we're
fine,
but
it's Friday night.
yeah, back to USCB. We had the indoor track and field season finale at the last chance meet. And the big story, Aiden O'Neill, tremendous performance, second place overall. in the pole vault with a 4.62 meter mark, which broke his own record by 700ths of a meter, which is pretty impressive. And so now, that part of the season comes to an end. But what a performance, especially as a freshman. Exciting stuff. And then now it's they go straight to the outdoor season. There's it's a very quick turnaround as you get ready for the outdoor part of the year. But exciting stuff to see over there with that, because they just feel like they haven't gotten enough love. And there's been some tremendous accomplishments across. They've done a great job for years, but it's been cool to see. The other interesting trade that took place is Josh Allen getting his new weapon in DJ Moore getting traded.
Yes.
He's traded for the second time after he got traded from Carolina to Chicago. And now he is heading to Buffalo. And so
why though?
It didn't make, especially after the tremendous season or a couple of seasons, and how because of how well that last year went for Chicago. I mean, I'm not quite sure it makes sense for the Bears. I mean, obviously, I think the Bills getting a lot out of it. Bills.
Wasn't he kind of getting disgruntled toward the end though? Wasn't he kind of being?
I guess, but you would think with how well the Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, he got a good share of like the targets and all that. So I'm not.
Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought I remembered him
besides Roma Dunze. I'm not who had a great season himself.
Right. He sure did.
And Cole Kmet's a great tight end. I believe he's still there. Yep. It's hard to replace a guy like DJ Moore out wide. I mean, he's one of your biggest weapons, and most times in sports, I'll say whichever team gets the best player normally wins that deal. And I think Buffalo certainly got the best player in that deal.
New target for Josh Allen, that's for sure. You know, like a big target for Josh Allen. So that's big, especially with the new coaching staff now in Buffalo. So that's going to be interesting to see. I'm not sure I ever liked that trade. When I found out about that, I was like, really? And why?
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't understand it whatsoever. But I guess it could have been from, like Justin was saying, like just a bit disgruntled towards the end of the season. Could have been the reason. But yeah, I saw that he ended up going to the Bills. I saw Stephon Diggs got released by the Patriots, which I thought was interesting as well. And now he is a free agent for someone to pick up. And
he's crazy.
He's crazy. Yes.
He is crazy.
Yeah, he's insane.
Looney Tunes.
Wow.
He's also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but a while back they did like a poll of, or it was like I think it was like an NFL Network content piece or something where they were going around locker rooms and asking guys which guy on the team would you not let date your sister, and like everybody on the Bills was like Diggs, absolutely Diggs. No chance. So he's a mess. All right. I got a good one. I was trying to remember what it was that I was thinking I had to remember to do in parting thoughts, and I remembered. Most people who watch the show have probably at some point heard about Mac Gohagan, one of the Patrick Henry boys, who had a real scare a while back. I have no concept of time anymore, but it's been about a year, right?
Probably a year
since he had a heart episode. I think it was last spring, I want to say.
Yes.
And he he had a heart episode, and he spent a lot of time at MUSC, and it was kind of touch and go for a while. And then he was able to get into a football game at the end of the year and score a touchdown, and it was amazing. And then we also talked about the fact that he organized a thing to raise a bunch of money for some ergonomic chairs or something, like, or sleeping pods or something for doctors at MUSC, like an amazing thing that he did. Selfless gesture. And last night he got back on the field with the Patrick Henry boys, with the baseball team, and got himself view from the right field mafia. Absolutely. Matt Gohagan, solid single to right. Here we go. I'm not a single. He's digging out of the box.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, they held him up, didn't they? They held him up. Held him up.
Attaboy,
He was
man.
thinking about
That's
it.
Man, that's
He was
one of my
good
favorite
piece
Oh,
of
then they
history.
threw it away. There he
There you
goes.
go.
Hot damn, good base running. They fooled around, didn't take care
One
of
of
the
my
ball.
favorite
Matt with
places
the
We might have
second.
to keep an eye on PD or not PD, Patrick Henry baseball this season. I'm intrigued to see what they can do.
PD.
I'm not sure that they're like where they used to be because
Academy.
Oh, I
thought
don't.
they saw
Well, they
last
weren't
night.
quite there last year, but I'm intrigued to see where
Yeah.
they may be this year.
Oh, actually, I don't know. They might be. I don't think they're on Game Changer. They always do their own thing on a different stats app, and I can never figure it out. But I think do.
Stricklander in
I
here.
think do. I think do. I do think that they put their stuff on Max Preps though.
Yeah.
So because Stricklander is a stickler.
He is.
For that. But yeah, I don't think they're quite like they were a couple years ago when
No.
they had Charlie and all that. I wonder how he's doing, by the way. But they did beat Cross 11-1 last night. They beat Branchville bad. They lost a close one to Thomas Hayward. So they'll be decent. They'll be competitive. And they'll be fun. You can bet there'll be good times had in the right field mafia.
Yeah,
So-
right field mafia is so much fun to watch. They get
so much fun. And
fireworks.
you go to Patrick
shows,
Henry,
dude.
you don't know. Somebody might pull up with some kind of game that they just shot in the back of their truck, show it off to everybody in the crowd. It's happened more than once. When I've been there. Oh, so-and-so got a deer.
The fireworks show from the right field mafia is always fun.
Yeah.
Right field mafia is something else.
The
man.
right
You gotta
field
get out there.
mafia.
Get to Lester's
I'm so
before the
glad we
game
covered
and
them.
then over to the right
I'm-
field mafia.
I'm so glad we
Hampton
covered
County is a special place.
It is such a special place. It makes me smile every time I get up there. Makes me
too, buddy.
smile.
And when I think about Patrick Henry, I think about my old buddy Gerald Freeman and them hogs that he slaughters out in the middle of nowhere. What'd you kill him with? What'd you kill him with? Rifle? Oh no, sir. We kill him with a knife. You what now? Oh yeah, we ride back there on horseback and we jump off and slit the throat with a knife. I'm like,
Oh man.
and you want to take me on this hunt, brother? I don't know. One of these days.
One
I
of
do
those
have a
days, man.
volunteer who wants to go on the hunt with me, so maybe we'll get her done
Dude.
soon. Have to
It's
hit
fun
up old
time.
Gerald.
Get
Well,
her
good time,
done.
boys. It was a fun Friday night, freewheeling Friday night, and the end of a long week, but big weekend
Yeah.
ahead. Lots of stuff going on over the weekend, including USCB softball at home, baseball on the road at Flagler, lots of high school baseball. I know May
Yeah,
River's
they
up in the
lost
Gilbert
tonight. I know
tournament.
that.
May River won tonight, 5-2.
We did.
They
We
lost
beat
last
Chesney.
night.
Yep.
I believe USCB lost their first game.
Oh,
of the
USCB,
series
yeah, they
tonight
lost
to
9-1.
Flagler.
Yeah, USB baseball lost. Yep.
Yeah.
9-1.
But should be a fun weekend. Great weather ahead. Get out
Yeah.
there and see some spring sports. Spring has sprung. Get out there and support the kids. Cheer them on. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making it possible, and to all of our viewers for showing up to listen or watch. For Marcus Walsh, Max Araj, and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.